Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, the #1 place for all things beauty, fashion, and lifestyle. It's Lady M here, and today's video is all about a one brand tutorial, and I'm going to be doing a full face of favorites, and today's brand is going to be Charlotte Tilbury. So I am so excited to go back and revisit some of my favorites from Charlotte Tilbury to be able to use that for today's video. So everything today, y'all, is gonna be all from Charlotte. So I am so excited to share with you those products, those favorites. But before we hop into today's video, if you aren't already subscribed, then make sure you take the time to hit that subscribe button down below. While you're there, hit that notification bell to be notified whenever I upload new videos. So if you're interested in seeing what are some of my favorites from Charlotte Tilbury and how and what I use to create this full face, then keep on watching. Let's go. Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm excited to do a full face of just one brand. So I'm going to be using one brand today for my entire look. And today's brand is going to be Charlotte Tilbury. I'm going to be using the Queen. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going to be using the Instant Eye palette for my eye look today. I picked this up during the holidays and just now getting around to testing this out. I'm gonna be using the new skin tint or whatever, it's Beautiful Skin Foundation from Charlotte. I'm gonna be using the bronzer, blush, lips, like everything on my face is going to be Charlotte Tilbury. So let's go ahead and dive into today's video. Got that blended out. I don't have the Charlotte Tilbury concealer. I didn't really like it. So I don't have the concealer. So for concealer, I'm gonna be using a different brand. So I will do that off camera and then we'll come back with powder, bronzer. All right, so I already finished blending out the concealer that I use, and now I have the Airbrush Flawless powder, and this is the number 3. As I mentioned, I used 3 to set my under eye, and I used 4 to set the my face. This used to be my jam. Like, I used to love this powder. Actually, this is probably the powder that stays in my travel bag. Like, it stays in my travel pouch, and it's usually what I travel with when I take my makeup with me on the road. And we set that, and now I'm gonna go in with the number 4, and we'll just kind of set my face a little bit. So just using that to set the outside. I don't know if it like changes the color or anything, but I just like to use it because it's darker. It's like my skin tone kind of color. And so I'm just using that. You can see right there that it got darker. So now we're gonna get into the eyes, and we're gonna use this Instant Eye palette. And if you've never used one of Charlotte's Instant Eye palettes before, then she basically gives you the formula on how to achieve your eyes. They are labeled 1, 2, 3, and usually they'll have like a crease color, transition color, then you have like a deepen, like it's called prime, enhance, and then smoke basically. So she basically has the palette divided up so you can totally get 4 looks out of the palette. Well, I'm not going to be using like a specific section. I'm just really going to go in with a crease color, and I'm going to go in with smoke, one of the smoke colors. I'm gonna put that in my crease transition area, and then I'm just gonna pop a lid color on my eyes. So I'm grabbing my brush, and I'm gonna show you just the 2 colors that we're gonna use. I'm gonna use this color here, And then I'm gonna go in with this color here. So just those two colors and then a lid color. Okay, so going in with the first shade that I showed you, I already did this eye. Now I wanted to kind of show you guys how I achieved that eye. So really quickly, just blending out this shade. It comes off like a red brown shade. So it's very nice and warm. And then the other shade is gonna be like a darker brown, and that just really deepened up the crease area. So I really liked, so you can kind of see what the color looks like. Kind of has this nice red-ish kind of vibe. And I'm using a Sigma E40, and as you guys know already, I just start out by patting the color down, and then I just blend out the color. And that is all we're doing. So I have a nice, and I take this all the way up to the brow bone, because this is my crease transition, kind of like my all-in-one color. This is a color that you can also use all over the lid as well, and just do a one and done kind of matte eye and be done. And I usually typically do that, which is probably what I should have done, because I didn't really want to put any shimmer on my lid. So yeah, so that is just the one shade, and now I'm going to take that up a notch, just making sure that my eyes are even and blended. And I'm going to take that up a notch by going in with the second to darkest shade in the palette, not the black, because there is a black in here that we can use, but I am not using the black today at all. So that's that. Now I'm gonna go in with the second color, and same thing. This one, I am just mainly focusing this one into the lid to darken up my lid area. So that is all. And as you all know, blending is key. So got that nice. Going in with a little more for the outer corner, outer area. And now I am just gonna focus on blending that out. So I went in with Happy Eyes, the 3 shades in the Happy Eyes quad or what section of the palette, and I put the shimmer shade on my lid. Now this is my first time using any of Charlotte Tilbury's shimmers, and I must say they do pack a little bit of punch, but then I do have some fallout. So I'm just touching up this eye over here, but not too shabby if I say so myself. So I'm taking the crease color and I'm just going to smooth out the crease area to give me a good transition. Lower lash, the same thing I did on the eye, the top is what I'm gonna do on the bottom. So just gonna go in with those 2 colors on the lower lashes, and then we'll be done. Bronzer, my Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. Again, this was my jam for a while until I discovered other favorites, but this was my jam. Going in, and the blush for today is gonna be the Pillow Talk Intense blush. That's the blush that we're gonna use today. Love this bronzer. I forgot how much I loved it because I haven't used it in a while. And then for blush, it's the Pillow Talk Intense blush, and it's just gonna marry the look together because it is the mauviness of it. So it's gonna kind of blend in with that shade on my crease area. And Charlotte Tilbury blushes do have that little shimmer, so I just swirl them together and then blend it in. So that is the blush. All right guys, so I finished off by adding on my lips, and for my lips today I did use one of these collection from Charlotte. That was the Nude Romance collection, I think, and I did use the shade Nude Romance. That is the packaging, that's what it looks like, and that's what I used today for my lips, along with the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat Liner and Pillow Talk Intense. For some reason, I thought I was using Foxy Brown or Fox Brown because I also have that color, but I used the Pillow Talk Intense for my lip liner today and my lipstick. And this was a full face of Charlotte Tilbury. So the only thing I did not use that was not Charlotte was my concealer. As I mentioned, I tried the concealer, I didn't really like it, so I used another brand, but everything else is Charlotte, and I'm like pleasantly surprised. I have some favorites in here that I haven't used in a while. So it was good to kind of go back and try products, like, you know, revisit things that you used to use that were loves, you know, in the past. And this is the Pillow Talk Cheek to Cheek blush. This is the Intense, and I really like Charlotte's blushes. I think I have 3 of the blushes. I have Climax, Walk of No Shame, and I have the Pillow Talk Intense. I think I also have like Love Drug or another color, which I don't really use that often. But if you haven't used the Charlotte blushes, one of the things I like about them is that it has that little pop in the middle. So you can either swish the outside and use the outside alone, or you can just swirl everything together and put it on. So I like to swirl everything around and put it on because it gives me like a nice healthy glow to my cheeks. So I love Charlotte's blushes, some of my favorites. And then I also use the bronzer, which I haven't used in a while. So again, it was good to revisit the bronzer. One of the things I love about the bronzer is also that it is refillable, although it is a huge pan, so I don't even know when you're gonna finish that. But I love that, so you can just purchase the refill and keep the container. So one of my favorite bronzers that came out that I used to reach for all the time until I found others and I kind of put it to the curb, but I picked it up today, and so I was so happy to try that again. Fell in love with it all over again. And also I really love how my eyes came out. I used the holiday palette from Charlotte, which I think is my first, like one of these that I purchased, the Instant Eye palettes. I never really bought any of her palettes before. I do have one of the quads, and it's called Queen of Glow, and I love that one. I've used that before, but this was my first time using one of these, and I love it. So I love how everything turned out. Really happy, and I feel like I'm gonna try to do more of these videos that I'm doing a one brand tutorial, because it will give me a chance to dive into products that I used to love from brands, or try, you know, full face of one brand. Like, can we even do a full face of one brand in this day and age? Like, we should be able to by now. So I'm gonna start trying to incorporate that here on my channel, like just doing a full face of one brand. So today was all about Charlotte, and I have to say, I love everything. I used the new foundation, which I really liked. I like how my face is looking. I like how my skin is looking. I love how the eyes came out. The only thing I didn't like about the eyeshadow was that I had a lot of fallout with the shimmer shades. And probably if I would have sprayed the, you know, my brush and then went in with the shimmer, I probably would not have had a lot of fallout. But like, if you got up in here, you would just see like a lot of the sprinkles of the shimmers are all under my eyes. So I didn't really like that, but I feel like if I would have like sprayed my brush, I probably could have like eliminated that a little bit. But I love the eyes. I got pigment, okay, for days. So Charlotte came through with that, blended nicely, didn't really feel like it's muddy or anything. And I love the lips. Like, okay, Charlotte, you're my fave. It's one of my faves. So it was just good to kind of rediscover, you know, brands that you had loved before, or products that you love before that you kind of had like, you know, kicked to the curb a little bit. So definitely gonna keep this in my rotation for a while. And that's pretty much it for today's full face of Charlotte Tilbury. Hey, drop some comments in the comment section below. Let me know, what are your favorite Charlotte products? Have you tried anything before, or are you gonna pick anything up after watching this video? Let's talk about it down below. And thanks for watching today's video. And you already know, if you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And then while you're there, hit that notification bell. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload new videos. All right, guys, I will catch you in the next video. Talk to you later. Bye.